Hi, and welcome to our UNC Wilmington trip overview. I am Dr. Gradisa Lockhart, and I have the pleasure of organizing our travels to this event, as well as working with the scholars throughout the school year to achieve the goals that they identify to work on during this school year at their schools. This is just a reminder of the purpose of this event. There are going to be 60 students attending this event from different high schools. We're going to have an opportunity to network with other mental health professionals who can give you insight regarding potential career opportunities, as well as having a wonderful experience learning more about college life, experiencing college life, and learning more about UNC Wilmington. So our big day is Thursday, June 26th. I will be at the Staff Development Center, which is located at 2107 Hillendale Road in Durham by 12:45 p.m. Students need to begin arriving so that you can begin loading the bus by 1 o'clock. We want to leave Durham to travel to Wilmington by 1:30. We will have the bus drop us off at Belk Hall on UNC Wilmington's campus, which is going to be where the dorm rooms are. While on the activity bus, we will review the dorm rules and I'll review some of the key points about teen mental health first aid. The purpose of this is just to give you an idea of the amount of walking you will be doing during the event. You'll see where the dorm rooms are located, where we have our sessions, and where the dining hall is located. You will not be traveling or walking around campus at all by yourself. At all times, you will have an adult with you, chaperoning and supporting you as you travel from building to building. You will be staying in Belk Hall. Females will be on third and fourth floor. Males will be on the first and second floor. The following items will be provided by the Behavioral Health Springboard organization who is sponsoring this event. You'll get linen, which is your sheets. You'll get washcloths and a towel. You will also receive 2 green t-shirts, a reusable water bottle, and of course the meals. You will keep the linen, the washcloth, and the towel when you leave on Saturday. So what should you be bringing? Anything that you need, your comforter or a blanket, a pillow, your clothes, closed-in walking shoes, any toiletries that you need, shower shoes, a shower caddy or something to hold your toiletries in, and if you need sunscreen, and of course, if you need any spending money. It is not required to bring money. This is just a quick reminder of what you need to bring or how to pack. So, of course, your pillow, your blanket, and if you prefer, you can simply just bring a sleeping bag, which you can put on top of the bed. Um, it identifies some of the clothing you may need. One thing that's important is please bring a book bag or some type of bag so you can carry your personal items during the day. We will be walking a lot, and you will not be able to go back to your dorm to pick up items. So please be sure to bring a book bag or some type of bag to carry your belongings. This is just providing a visual of what Belk Hall layout is. During our welcome session on Thursday, once we arrive at UNC Wilmington, we will have a safety review with the organization who is sponsoring the event, as well as the dorm RAs who will provide us an overview of the building, where the exits are, just in case of an emergency. So this is just for you to get an idea of what the dorm bell call will look like. This is just a reminder of the dorm rules that were included in the application to register for this event, and students and parents have already signed off on the dorm rules. If there is a student or parent who has not signed the dorm rules, it must be done Thursday before we leave. So if you arrive at Staff Development Center on Thursday and you know or got an email that said you needed to sign your dorm rules, I will have that information available at Staff Development Center on Thursday so that all signatures can be received if needed. I'm going to pause and allow you to skim over the dorm rules. One key point, dorm room keys. The chaperone will hold on to the dorm keys when you leave for breakfast, and when you return, and I will, or your chaperone will, return the key to you in the afternoon or evening before or after we eat dinner. These are the remaining dorm rules for you to review. I will pause so you can review them. A highlight here is the wake-up call is at 7 a.m. So please be prepared to set your cell phone alarm or whatever device you're going to be using, because you'll have to be able to get up. We have a tight schedule and we're going to go over our daily agendas. No one on this trip is driving their own car as a student, so that is not applicable. What is important though is to remember quiet time. When it is time for quiet time, you will have to remain in your room. There is a technique that will be utilized to ensure that the dorm door is not opened after 10 p.m. Please be reminded, any student who has a problem with following a dorm rule will have a verbal warning as for the first offense. And if there is a second offense for violating a dorm rule, parents will be contacted to pick you up. Also be aware about property damage. Please understand if there's any damage to any property during the trip, whether it's in one of the session rooms, the dining hall, or your dorm room, you will be responsible for that damage. So let's be really respectful of our visit to UNC Wilmington. This is a wonderful opportunity, and it also is very, very similar to the expectations you'd expect about property damage when you attend college. We are a restorative practice district, and so one of the things we like to be clear about is how we expect one another to treat each other on the trip. And so for me, my expectations are that we're going to be respectful and responsible. We're going to exercise self-control. We're going to show kindness to all, and we're going to take accountability. And so I think that can cover all aspects of our experience on this trip as you interact with students and students, as students and interact in adult interaction. So it's very clear how we are all going to treat one another during this experience. And this is just a quick reminder that there is no vaping, no smoking. Please be aware that these kind of behaviors listed would most definitely result in the scholar being picked up. This is just a reminder of what you should wear and things you should know in advance of the trip. And I will pause for you to review. We will be asking for each scholar to share their cell phone number so that throughout this experience, we are always in communication. We are always within each other's sight. However, the cell phone is very important because if there's a need after 10, students cannot leave their dorm rooms, but if they have a question and need to speak to their chaperone, that is one way we will communicate. So we will be asking for the scholars to share their phone numbers. We already have parent information on the permission slips, which will be brought along with us during the trip. It also includes any medication needs that are needed for any scholar, and so we will, of course, have that material with us. We will not be able to, as chaperones, provide students with any kind of medication, no headache medicine or anything like that. So just wanted to make sure students and parents were aware. So once we arrive on campus, we need to be there no later than 5 so that we can check in. Once you check in, students are going to be sent to their assigned dorm room with their dorm roommate, and scholars would then go to their suites in their room to set up their dorm. When I describe a suite, it means it has multiple rooms with like a living space in the center and shared bathrooms. So the suites are places where the young scholars can hang out and talk, but will sleep in your individual dorm spaces. So during this 4 to 6 o'clock time frame is when scholars will be setting up their rooms, okay? And then we will follow through the rest of the agenda. Students will have a copy of this given to them by myself so that they can keep up. And again, that is why we also need their cell phone numbers so we can send reminders via text about upcoming activities, wake-up calls, things like that. This is an overview of day 2. And chaperones will review the daily agendas with the students they are assigned to. That is why we also need the cell phone numbers so that we can remind scholars of things that are happening or coming up, what materials they may need to bring, reminders about bringing their jackets or things like that. So we will review the agenda more in depth with the scholars the evening before and remind them during breakfast of what that day will look like. And our last day, day 3, students, when they get up in the morning, they will need to pack up their rooms. So they will need to pack up all their clothing. They will need to take the linen off the beds. They will need to take the towels and the washcloths and pack all of those things maybe in a separate bag if you'd like, or in their suitcase. They need to be prepared and packed up because they will not be returning to the dorm. So they would need to check under the bed and check in all of the spaces to ensure they've got all of their personal belongings. And then we will follow the itinerary for that day. And our goal is to be back in Durham by 3 with students needing to be picked up by 3:30. This is just an overview of departure on Saturday. After we eat lunch in the dining hall, we'll make our way as quickly as possible back to McNeil Hall, where our belongings will be stored. We will get our things, make our way to the activity bus, load up. Our goal is to leave by 12:30. We will leave sooner than that if it is possible. Our goal is to be back here in Durham by 3 o'clock. If it looks like it will be earlier than 3, we will have students text, call their parents. However, I will remain at Staff Development Center until all students have been picked up. We are so excited about this opportunity for your scholar. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach me at 919-430-3898 or via email. Thank you.